It's good to be back. I just want to say right off the bat, it's good to be back. I'm trying to, as usual, fix that a little bit. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Hey! Really, I missed you guys. I did. I had a lovely time. And I've been away long enough so that, things have started coming up in the garden. I have grape hyacinth. I have one daffodil. Something happened to the other bulbs. There are deer all over the yard. The songbirds are back. It's nice to be home. It was great to visit. Was lovely to come back. And isn't that, that's the best, where you can leave with joy and come back with joy. Even if it's a rough, the road trip is always hard and the transition is hard. And, when I left, I cried. And next time I see my grandbaby, she's going to be, because at this stage of the game, they grow so fast, like the garden, does things in your absence. So there's a bit of that going on. And that maybe dovetails with, I wanted to talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde. This will be an all signs reading, but I think pretty soon I'm going to go back to doing specific zodiac signs, reading for those signs, which might work for cross watchers or for you or for any placement in your chart that seems resonant. Like in Mercury retrograde, it might be where Mercury is in your chart. I'm a Virgo, I'm ruled by Mercury, so it can affect me. And it affects us all in ways big and small. And it can be like just fluky stuff happening, mix-ups, miscommunications, but it's also often about the return of something. Something coming back into your life to take another look at, another pass. Also, sometimes even backtracking, because it's that retrograde aspect. So the return, reconciliation, reconsideration, all the re's, all the repeat, all of that. Resurrection. And in light of that, it might make sense to look back at previous videos that you haven't seen yet, because there are a bunch of them. I mean, there's a big body of content out there, so you could go back and look what was posted for my sign, or for the sign of the person I'm interested in, finding a little bit more about. But you might want to go back and look at the title that resonated, or a video that really resonated with you at the time, to go back and revisit it. That's just a thought that occurred to me. Yeah, and with the business of coming home, coming back after a visit, which is a kind of retrograde. It's a return. I think it gives us an opportunity to sort of look at what's been routine in our life. I mean, there were certain routines I was really happy to get back to, like the daily bath, like my cat, like, being able to work at the, getting the garden ready for the season, see what's coming up, weed whack and all of that. And also a chance to let go of other routines that, you were just still in the rut of it, but it's time for a reset, one of those rewords, to move forward and into the daily things you do that reinforce, another word, you know, reinforce what has come to matter to you. And I should put lotion on because I'm dry as a bone. Okay, so with that in mind, this is for all signs Mercury retrograde. And please let me know as we go on, because a lot of changes are coming into the channel in the month of May. And as I change stuff up, please give me feedback as to whether it seems to be working for you, and I'll try to be steered in part by that. I mean, because I'm reading for you guys, so, you know, feel free to chime in. And now would be a good time, because I'm sort of setting up a new schedule. I think that's it. It's it. Okay. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I'm hesitating. Okay. Deep breath. It's like, take it in and release. It's the release. That's another word. Yeah. Ready? Here we go. Spirit, can you talk to us about the return? Okay. I like that. Two of Swords, first out. It can be an impasse, crossroads, considering something, trying to decide. Sometimes what to believe. You know, just taking the time out to think about something, to consider it. Sword energy speaks to thinking about stuff. Also, as I said, Mercury retrograde sometimes is about miscommunication. This can be that too. And miscommunication that brings you to a halt or an impasse, something that blocks your forward movement. And it could be even a way of, you know, that you misheard somebody, they misheard you. And it can be from the simplest thing, but can have big ramifications. And I had that recently with somebody where I was saying to them a compliment. You never phone anything in. But I misspoke, and I can't remember exactly how they got it wrong from what I was intending to say. And we were able to correct it right away, because the person was like puzzled. And I said, no, I meant you never phone it in. You're present. And I see that and I appreciate it. So I was able to correct that. So it could be something like that. Next card up, the Fool. It's a card of Aries, leap of faith, based on an intuition, willing to take a risk. This is not so much willing to take a risk. This is maybe trying to decide if you're going to take a risk. Because this might be a big change. You're at a crossroads and you decide, I'll go this way. Even though it's sort of risky, nothing guaranteed here, but I'll take this leap of faith. Okay. And it's sort of like that idea of reset. You know, I'm at the crossroads, I'm going to take the leap of faith, but it's in fresh, new energy, you know, and maybe even a little reckless. Like I'll bust out of this crossroads place where I can't decide. I'm just going for it. Card of Aries. The Fool, the Zero card. Speaks to the individual's journey. And I'm getting the Two of Swords might be like, almost like a self-sabotage, being held up by, not sure what. What are we talking about, Spirit? That's a lot. Mama Luigi. We'll deal with that guy later. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, willing to put in the work on something. You know, whatever this new beginning is, this Fool energy, it may be sort of like, here we go, take the leap, don't even look, have the faith that I'm going to land where I need to be. And work will be involved, even though it's kind of I've come to this conclusion, here I go. You're going to land in a solid place. And it's kind of a fresh place, Fool energy. But it will still involve working on it. You know? Once you land, it's not like the risk has no guarantees except that you'll have to do more work. Be willing to do work and not hold back. You know, Fool does not hold back. Two of Swords holds back. And this is in the Pentacles energy of the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, it may be doing this work will involve addressing and sort of mastering when to hold back, when to go forward, when to take the leap of faith, when to block. Because this is also a card of blockage. And these are in Pentacles energy, something real in your daily life. Remember we talked about routine. This is sort of in your daily life. What do you invest in? What's the work? Based on this new fresh energy of the Fool, I'm returning what's habit, what are the habits I want to reinforce, what are the habits I want to let go of. And the Fool is letting go. In a sense, it's a release. This is not release. So there's a bit of a push-pull there. And it's something somebody has to work on. I'm not sure yet if this is you or the other person. You know, when you're holding back from something, there's sort of an implication of a relationship, of something you could give that you're not giving. Or that they're not giving. Hangman. It comes under Two of Swords, the block, the hold up, the time to reconsider. And this is that, the time to reconsider. It's a card of Pisces, but it's a card of suspension while something gestates. It's a card of not quite ready, but getting ready. Based on a new perspective, new understanding, that business of revisiting. And it's taking the time to sort of let it kind of sink in, is what I'm getting. And Pisces, sink into the feeling, into the feelings, to get the epiphany, the revelation. And it's going to take time. You know, there's going to be a holdup. But at some point when you come out of Hangman mode, you come out sort of with renewed faith because you've done some sort of work on, and I say you, it might be the other guy, tendency to hold back. Judgment. It can mean like a new chance at reconciliation, another card to reconsider. Because this is sort of like reconsidering, holding up in order to figure something out. So perhaps this Four of Pentacles blockage thing isn't necessarily a negative energy. It's like a hold up card. Hold up in terms of what I can give and can't give. Because I've got some stuff to reconsider. but reconciliation ahead, rebirth, another re. Mercury retrograde. Something still has a chance. Something still has a chance. And now we're looking at what was on the bottom of the deck, Capricorn. We talked about habit, the habits that reinforce growth, the habits that perhaps, like slow us down and help keep us stuck. The routine of, I'm going to hang on to what I already have. I'm not going to reach for the other thing. And the devil speaks to stuck energy, perhaps, and patterns that you repeat, habitual patterns you repeat, even though they're no longer healthy, they hold you back. And again, it's the ability to work with, in a Capricorn way, that energy of identifying and working with. I love how this resonates. Working with what holds you back. Identifying it and working with it in a concrete way. Because that's another meaning of devil. Being able to work Capricorn it. Okay. Oh, I love it. Underneath Empress. Sort of the opposite of holding back. Empress is abundant. Empress knows her worth. She's the principle of growth. That what's in the garden, I'll get back to the garden. There's something about that, like Joni Mitchell, we've got to get back to the garden. Because it references, seems to me it references a kind of devil energy. And I can't come up with it right now, but there's something in the lyrics to that song. I can't get at it. But this is Taurus energy, Earth energy, the same as devil, the same as Four of Pentacles, the same as Eight of Pentacles. And this could also be like Empress, in that earthy way, speaks to what's real. And this is sort of like an individual who, to interact with this person, you have to be real. You have to be present. You have to be on the side of growth and life. There's a quote that I love. It's on my fridge. Unbeing dead isn't being alive. Or vice versa, I can't remember. Being alive isn't unbeing dead. And this is being alive. And Empress is about that. And it's way more than unbeing dead, because this is about being, bringing it into being. And throat chakra is acting up. And this is sort of like the throat chakra block. I can't speak about it yet. I'm at an impasse. Like considering taking the leap. But it would entail a lot of work. You'd have to put energy into this new life. You or them or they or he or she. And I wanted to mention too, in looking at who my audience is, vast preponderance women, or people identifying as a woman, and a loyal but small group of men. So very often this is divine feminine energy. So I'm gonna lean toward reading for us, a collective of women or men who recognize the worth of women, maybe. Because Empress doesn't kind of put out. I mean, not in that sense of like, but she doesn't put her energy, she doesn't try to grow something that's like fighting her. Because she's good on her own. And she's abundant. And she doesn't need, she's not needy. She's managed to perhaps liberate herself from her own patterns on the basis of some kind of wake-up call. But there's a sense of reconciliation here, and that's what I'd like to ask about, that element of restart, reconciliation, rebirth. Spirit. Okay. Another 3 card. Empress is 3 in the major arcana. Here is 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is hurt, separation, something that perhaps made somebody not trust, or is questioning, you know, I'm at an impasse right at the point where I'm about to begin. I'm at an impasse, 2 of Swords, over some, am I going to get hurt again? Can I trust myself, my own instinct to leap and knowing when? And it's something to do with trust, and perhaps a trust that was damaged, if not broken. Repair. You know, this is a situation that needs repair. And it goes under the card of rebirth. A second chance, a reconciliation. After 3 of Swords, also a card of separation. A card of Mercury retrograde, misspeaking, a hurt based on miscommunication. But there's a chance for a reset. I don't think I'm doing all these rewords, you know, in any conscious way. It's just what's popping out. And it's what's in the cards. So tell me the reset that happens as a result of this Hangman, Piscean energy of plumbing your feelings before you move forward. A necessary suspension because something wasn't ready. Something wasn't ready. Tell me about that, Hangman, please. I think that may be in your, that may be in your energy. Page of Cups. A need for an apology. Remember I said repair? This is like the gesture that begins on the reset to repair and reconcile. That Judgment card. A chance to revisit it. And it's an apology. And it may be like taking the time out to see it from the other person's perspective. There was a miscommunication that somebody needs to apologize for. And just say, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry I hurt you, something like that. High Priestess, feminine energy, highly intuitive. High Priestess doesn't say to somebody, this is what you have to do. She doesn't speak it. She doesn't school anybody. But she senses maybe what's coming in, senses an apology coming, senses the return of somebody, who wants to apologize for the separation, because she's not talking right now. I mean, whatever this miscommunication and hurt was, it put Empress in a place of like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to school you. I'm not going to convince you to come out of this Two of Swords energy. You have to make the leap, something like that, and transform. And transform. Something's over, something's starting up again. And I think the ending came as a result of this miscommunication. But it's a separation that can be readdressed through proper communication. A change has happened. And I think this Empress High Priestess person, which I venture to say is you, is going to hear somebody out, because they're making a gesture toward reconciliation. And it indicates a major transformation. It's like this small thing indicates a big shift. Hermit. Card of Virgo. Death card is Scorpio. High Priestess is Cancer, I believe. But the intuitive feminine. This is retreat. You know, somebody pulls back. I'm getting pulls back their energy. Because there was a hurt and a miscommunication. And it's something you, Empress, Virgo, possibly even a Capricorn. I mean, you could be any sign here, but somebody had to go into a place of tapping into their own sense of what's going on before they come back. And this is sort of like the transformation is based on having gone into this. You know, Hermit doesn't indicate somebody who kind of goes into the cave and never comes out, goes into the desert for the revelation and never comes out. This is somebody who walks a path and then maybe even, didn't I say retrace? Well, there's something about that. Coming back enlightened to retrace your steps based on a new wisdom. And taking the time, because Hermit speaks to time. it's taken a long time for this apology to come in. Kind of better late than never situation. And Hermit as a sage is wise. You know, wouldn't shut somebody down out of hand because of hurt feelings. But there were hurt feelings. And what it did was the miscommunication prompted, I'm going to say the divine feminine, the woman in the mix, to go back and reconsider. You know, even reconsider, is this something I need to drop? Is this a bad habit? Is this something I've habitually gone back to, kind of hoping for a different outcome? But Empress doesn't stay in that place. It's kind of like, grow with me, or I'll let you go. Because you've already held me back. Devil energy, you've held me back. And nobody really holds Empress back, because she's about, you know, to be with this person, this Empress, this you, somebody had to grow and work. And they held back from that. They were stuck somehow. And perhaps they weren't stuck doing, you know, just running away from responsibilities. They were stuck because they needed to figure something out. And I think on both sides needed to go into a separation or a time apart to figure something out. Wheel of Fortune speaks to divine timing. You know, you're coming back around, the wheel is turning, and now somebody's ready, perhaps both of you, to take the leap forward, the Fool energy. This is a 10 card, and I'm not sure why that's, well, it's a new cycle, I'll put it that way, based on somehow readdressing and redress, you know, making it right, redress this miscommunication. The apology is going to come in, and it will advance the cause. It will bring about a better, a brighter day, kind of. And somebody's on the move fast to bring in a communication, to redress and readdress. But bottom of the deck is 7 of Wands. It's going to take work, because it's not quite defensive. It's more like until this communication comes in and things are straightened out, till this person comes back around and you're ready, the timing is right, until the timing is right, there's a block, there's something that needs to be reconsidered or I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I think you get the point. There needs to be a circling, a backtracking, like until this thing is resolved, you can't move forward. You've got to backtrack and readdress something. That's it. That was on the bottom of the deck. And I think they're saying, what are you saying? Talk about the block. The Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, holding back, blocking, reconsidering before taking this leap. Tell me about the Two of Swords, please. Us, tell us. Oh, that's too many. Okay. It's a complicated block, apparently. Well, it was based on secrets. Somebody was fearful. That's what I'm getting. Because I asked, what's the block? This is moon energy. It's something that wasn't clear, murky. And for that reason, it was like unexamined. It was murky. And there was a secret. Somebody was keeping their secrets. They weren't revealing. They miscommunicated because they were blocked, because they didn't want to reveal something, and perhaps they didn't want to do the work. So that made them contract. Yeah. Two of Swords, the block, the secrets, leaving somebody out in the cold. That was the net result for a long time. And it really left both people out in the cold. It was not a good decision. It was like holding back, keeping secrets, right? I wouldn't ordinarily read the moon as the secrets, but it was to do with the block. The Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the state of mind that actually prevented somebody from investing, from being present. It caused the contraction. And we have Empress again. Man. Well, if somebody was keeping secrets and blocking and leaving, as a result, both of you out in the cold, like screw the pooch, am I allowed to say that? You don't leave the Empress out in the cold. Because she has her own resources. She doesn't need to put up with that. And wouldn't. But there's a seed of something new. Because she's the principle of growth. Somebody's going to have an opportunity to redress this. I left you out in the cold. I kept secrets. I blocked. Now I'm ready to give, to take the leap of faith, to work on the fact that I held back. I was scared. I was scared. So I kept secrets. And the result was I left somebody out in the cold. And she was, I'm getting kind of everything to me. She was everything to me. And I left her out in the cold. I withheld, I kept secrets, I blocked it. But there's an opportunity to sort of make it right. You gotta offer something though to Empress, because she's about growth and love, and she knows her worth. And so does somebody else now. They want to retrace their steps. I don't know how long we've been. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Any other messages? I think there is one. What's our takeaway? Oh, that's just far too many. Okay. This one? Okay. Ten of Pentacles. From this tiny seed. I mean, Empress is abundant as all get out. She's the card of abundance and growth. Somebody wants to have the opportunity to kind of join her, match her energy. Come in from the cold, bring her in from the cold, because whatever this person withheld left them in isolation. Their secrets left them in isolation. And Empress would say, keep your secrets. Ten of Pentacles. I'm not going down for it, but keep your secrets. You know, I'm okay. It's not going to inhibit my growth. It may inhibit your growth. That's okay. I'm expansive. I'm going to keep growing things. And this person wants to grow as well. They do. And it's taken a long time. But she'll hear them out. You'll hear them out. Because they have hiccups. They have a sincere apology. They're going to offer it. And you're going to hear them out. Because I think they're willing now. They've come to some understanding. They've gained a new perspective. Like I blocked the person who I saw as the one I care about, as the caring person I care about, and I blocked it, and I'm sorry. That's basically it. So I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna retrace my steps and revisit it. This miscommunication. I won't let it stand. This, it's worth it to me to do the work, to go back, retrace the steps, so that you are able to understand whatever it was I was keeping secret. Sort of like that. And it's a good thing. Because it will do this. It will allow for clarity of communication. Somebody wants to talk. They want to talk now. They're coming back to talk. And will they immediately get in the door? Probably not. There's a kind of a filter on now. Because Empress would. She'd sort of say, have you grown? Are you ready to put in the work? Do you recognize my worth? And she'll take a stand. Empress has high standards for herself and for the people she allows in. She doesn't allow in people who, she doesn't pursue people who are all about, I'm holding back, go away, I haven't, I don't want to work on it, I'm stuck, I'm in devil energy, and I'm holding you up, and she has none of that. I'm getting like, not having it. So come back right, or don't. There's a bit of that in there. Like, don't come back with the same old that you had before. You want to keep your secrets? Fine. When you're ready to grow up, and work on this, I'll work on it with you, because we could grow something. And they're saying this one, and where's that Ace of Pentacles? Somehow the Ace of Pentacles disappeared, but you saw it. Got 10 of Pentacles on the ground. 10 of Pentacles. That's the potential. And in a way, that's karmic destiny. And judgment also can speak to karma. You know, are you ready to move forward? Are you worthy of resurrection, resurrecting this situation? And I think on balance, it's probably yes. But there's sort of there's a check at this is sort of like I'm getting the image of the bouncer at the door. You know, who's going to decide whether you can come in? There's a filter. There's a way to filter out. You know, because to get with her, you're going to have to be real, because she's real. She's Taurus energy. All the earth signs, I think. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and we have all the earth signs right here. Empress twice. Capricorn, Virgo, heavy earth energy in this. And somebody who can disengage from what's toxic. And it may not have been horrifically toxic, but it did result in secrets that were kept from somebody that kept them from investing. And I think whatever happens, this divine feminine is going to 10 of Pentacles it. That's the new cycle. This is a 10. Moving into a place of abundance and stability. Perhaps with somebody else, if they get their act together. And it looks like they're going to try to do it. Do the work so they can leap. And move away from what was holding them back. 4 of Pentacles. Their own habitual mashugana, nonsense, that held them back, held you back, and it was based on some kind of secret, I don't think it's addiction, but the devil's also like shadow energy, something they weren't acknowledging. And maybe you weren't either. But one thing you're for sure acknowledging now is your own worth, your own power. Like that. Welcome back. Welcome back. I mean, again, that return thing. I'm back to doing this, and I'm very glad. It's important to me to do it. I hope it's important to you. You know, you can, one of the things I'd like to mention is by sharing the video, it's almost like a gift to anybody you think needs to hear this message. Share it. There's something about that. Share it. Share the wealth. Share the message. Be willing to hear the message. Really positive things lying ahead. And nothing can diminish this Empress abundance. And she won't allow it, moreover. You know, don't come in if you want to drain me or lie to me or hurt me again or you know, I'm willing to give this a chance if you like face up to it. But otherwise, I'll hold back. And you may have withdrawn your energy, but this person is coming back around to offer something. There's an opportunity. for growth. Between the two of you, I'd say. Lovely, lovely. Glad to be back. It was lovely to visit, but I'm glad to come home as well. And seeing sort of my home with new eyes, it's rainy and dismal today, and I'm just feeling cozy and happy and glad to be home and looking forward to returning to my beloveds, my peeps, because they're growing at a clip. Thanks. See you next time.